This week, from the internet. Obi-Wan Kenobi has daddy issues, or maybe we're reading too much into a single line of dialogue. No, it's the children who are wrong. Plus, Hasbro Pulse rewards patient patrons with a blockbuster sale that has collectors' wallets feeling empty. And Stranger Things takes us back to the Upside Down. But we're more worried about fending off plot spoilers than Demogorgons. You're just jealous because I have another older male friend. It's the Reluctant Adult Podcast.
Welcome to another episode of the Reluctant Adult Podcast. My name is Paul, and I am joined, as always, by the man who's not your father, but he so wishes he was. Bill!
Hi, everybody. Yeah, I don't want to be anyone's father right now.
So, Obi-Wan is a series that has a lot of people excited. Apparently, it's doing unprecedented numbers for Disney Plus. So much so that they are interested in doing a second season, which apparently was not originally in the plans. You were saying that they had to go back and re-edit the ending of this season to leave it more open-ended, so there could be a second season.
That's what I heard.
So people are enjoying it. I think the gravitas of having characters like Vader and Obi-Wan back is just sort of, blinding people to any negatives the show may have. But this last episode 3, there were a few things that I think we need to talk about. The line that really jumped out at me, Obi-Wan says to Leia asks Obi-Wan, "Are you my father? Is that what you're hiding from me?" And Obi-Wan says, "No, I'm not, but I really wish that I was." And that just sort of struck me as so strange that you would say to this little girl. And that it made, I wondered, was there ever going to be a love triangle angle between Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Padme in the prequels?
I think at one point, at least for the third movie, there was supposed to be a love triangle or some kind of relationship triangle between the three of them. And we kind of see a little bit of that towards the end with the mistrust that Padme can go to something to Obi-Wan as opposed to Anakin, and that just sets him off. So
I was talking about this with my wife, and she had a different take. She was just saying that Ben and Obi-Wan is just he's so sorry that her dad is this evil monster character, but she doesn't know that.
No,
she knows that she's an orphan. She knows that she's adopted, but what do you think she knows? I mean, they clearly didn't tell her exactly what happened. What do you think they did tell her?
They probably told her that he was a spice trader or whatever Uncle Owen tried to BS Luke on for so long. Right.
They should get their story straight about what's going on.
I mean, well, that's the funny part. That's the funny part about Owen's. Because, like, in the Star Wars universe, spice is, like, a bad thing. So he's, like, telling, like, Luke that his father was a drug runner.
Is a drug runner, yeah. You don't want to know anything more about him. He's a bad guy.
He's a bad dude.
He did spice.
He
That's
dabbled
all you
in
need
spice.
To know. Never mind murdering all those children. He did drugs.
Forget about that.
Yeah. The other thing that I think is getting a pass, but is very silly in this episode, is they reach this checkpoint, and they're in Freck, and we'll talk about Freck in a second. But they're in Freck's truck. We come up to this checkpoint that has a gate made of lasers.
Yes,
which I think they only did so they could have that shot of the stormtrooper falling through the lasers and getting cut in half,
letting you know exactly how dangerous the lasers are.
Sure, but like maybe you shouldn't have positioned yourself directly above the lasers. Maybe not the smartest idea.
Right.
Anyway, we get to this checkpoint. They show several establishing shots to show that you could just sort of walk around it if need be. Like, it's not as easy if you're in a vehicle, But Obi-Wan decides to hoof it. He's going on foot. And despite that, he decides that he needs to destroy the laser.
Yeah.
And it just seems like an unnecessary step and brought unnecessary attention to their whole operation.
And I wonder
if... just a little weird.
I wonder if they were like, yeah, we won't get the angles. They didn't get the angles right when they were charting out the shots. Maybe it was an unintentional thing.
We didn't want to show them like leaping over it like they're in
they're gonna go in there. Disney will go in there and re-edit it so it goes all the way across, like they did when they got rid of the half jeans guy. They're like, oh, they want a full laser. They didn't have the budget for a full laser effect.
We didn't. We could only extend the laser so far. It's like in episode 4 where they added a rock in front of R2 when he's hiding.
Right.
And it makes no sense because how the hell did R2 fit through there in the first place? Yes. Ridiculous. Well, you bring up a good point about current media trying to fill in the gaps or fill in any plot holes from previous media.
Yeah.
There's one big plot hole that this series has already sort of filled in, and that's the fact that Leia, throughout the movies, had no relationship with Obi-Wan, despite naming her child Ben, despite in episode 4, the very first Star Wars, mentioning in her hologram inside R2 that, she knows Ben. Like, why would she know Obi-Wan? There was nothing to connect them. Well, so now at least they have this relationship.
She refers to him as Obi-Wan Kenobi, right? In the hologram.
Yeah.
And then when Luke breaks her out of the prison, he says, "I'm here with Ben Kenobi," and she's all excited. Mm-hmm. She's like, "Ben Kenobi, where?"
Yeah.
So there's some kind of disconnect, like Bail Organa, Jimmy Smith's character there, her adoptive father, refers to him as Obi-Wan, not Ben. He even says, I think outright, "I'm Ben now."
Yeah.
But she hasn't referred to him as Obi-Wan, so maybe he'll just always be Ben Kenobi, and she was just sending it out to this random guy, Obi-Wan Kenobi, that... Who knows? I don't know.
No relation.
Kenobi,
Kenobi, just like Smith in the
Star
Wars
it's
universe.
In the galaxy far, far away, Kenobi is equivalent to Smith.
Mm-hmm. The other thing that has not been filled in yet that they could be is in Return of the Jedi. Leia is talking to Luke on the bridge there in the Ewok village,
right?
And she says, "I only remember bits and pieces of my mother, images mostly." She, in actuality, can remember nothing because she was taken away as soon as she was born,
right? And
then Padme dies, obviously. So it's possible that we're going to have Obi-Wan share with her maybe a hologram of Padme or something. Like, there's a lot of talk about Padme and how she reminds him of Padme. So that, I think, could be a potentially, touching moment where he shares like the first images of her. But then that leads you down a dangerous path of who is this woman? Because Leia is royalty now, but she has always been royalty technically.
To a degree.
And I don't know.
As far as an elected official could be. I think that's the thing with Naboo.
Wasn't she queen?
She was queen, but you're elected queen on Naboo.
And that's not the same thing as
you have a term, and your term runs out. It's kind of like being the president. Like, I'm the president of Naboo, but it's the queen. Mm-hmm. So,
well, I think that if you were still born to the president, like in America, that's as close to royalty as we get.
Fair enough.
However you want to slice it, it would mean a lot of things, a lot of significant things if he shared that with her. But we'll see. Well, we don't know what's going to happen. But now potentially they have a whole extra season to sort of fill in the blanks. I wonder. You have to wonder if they have enough material, like where this season's going to end off.
Yeah,
it's going to seem like
to see how impactful it is, because I mean they've really kind of bottlenecked themselves into how much time left that they can. I mean, obviously it's 10 years, but What exactly can they do? Like, was that the showdown between Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader? Are we getting another one?
Right. It seemed pretty early on to have like
did
that battle that we've been sort of waiting for.
Right.
It wasn't a super great battle because
wasn't.
Obi-Wan, he talks about he's not the man he once was. He's not the Jedi he once was.
Yes.
Is he going to get better or is this it?
Right. A lot of people are saying that by the end of it, he's going to be in touch with Qui-Gon Jinn and be able to commune with. Maybe they'll keep that out, and that will be the big reveal for the second season.
Oh yeah, that could be. So I wanted to go back and mention the alien that we meet in this season.
Yes.
Freck. He looks like a mole, a mole creature, which is I think intentional because he is a mole for the Empire. You see what they did there. That's pretty clever. When you first saw this character, when you first heard him speak, who did you think was providing his voice?
I thought it was another voice credit to Seth Rogen.
Yeah, it sounded just like Seth Rogen. It turns out it is Zach Braff.
That is funny.
Doing a Seth Rogen impression.
Yes.
I don't know why. I wish somebody would ask him why he chose.
It's an odd choice.
Fully expecting that laugh to come out of him. That
I was of the opinion and the mind that it was so much Seth Rogen that I didn't even have to look it up.
Right.
I was like, oh yeah, that's
just assume. Just
him.
like
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Seth Rogen.
And I think I was just going through social media, and they're like, "You will never believe who was playing Freck." And I was like, "Oh, it was Seth Rogen." Click it, Zach Braff. I was like, "What?
Zach Braff? What?
Huh?"
Speaking of voice-over characters and Seth Rogen, that great gag in Rescue Rangers where all of his animated characters appear in the same shot.
Right.
Did you know that before they finalized Ugly Sonic as being in Rescue Rangers, having that pivotal role?
Yes.
Did you know that before the ink was dry, before they could confirm that, the backup plan, the backup character that they were going to have at that booth was Jar Jar Binks?
That's very surprising. It's very funny.
Yes. I almost wonder if that would have been like more significant. Because it was sort of a redemption for the character.
Right.
Like Ugly Sonic, obviously Sonic is a big movie right now.
Yep.
But I feel like maybe it would have been too big of a moment for this movie. Like it would have overshadowed a lot of the rest of it.
I think
to redeem Jar Jar Binks.
Do you think he'd have a redemption with that? Given it'd probably be the same material that they gave Ugly Sonic.
Yeah.
But
in the end of the day, he is with the FBI and he saves the day. So
it could be funny if they played him straight, like it was like he was this classically trained Shakespearean actor.
There's a lot you could do.
They could have done.
I wonder. I think would have been interesting.
Here's my opinion on this. If they went with Ugly Sonic, that's still fresh in everyone's minds. It's a short-term entertainment value. I think putting Jar Jar in would have had like a longer staying power, as it were.
Yeah.
Like it would have more relevance in the long run than it would have had Ugly Sonic.
I think Ugly Sonic was more meta.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't technically a character anywhere. It brings you into a whole different realm of characters. It's like this character never made it to the actual movie, but he existed in the trailer. So that character exists.
Yes.
Like he's out there. So like all of these unfinished CGI, like the She-Hulk that we see in the trailer that's unfinished.
Yeah.
Uncanny Valley She-Hulk exists somewhere in the Rescue Rangers universe.
Sure. The TIE fighter from Rogue One that was replaced with nothing.
Right, that comes up like...
Yeah.
They just didn't have that shot. They just took that shot out. Yeah. Right. So all that stuff, that would be an interesting movie. There's like a support group for all the characters that didn't make it to the actual film. That would be pretty funny. Call it Cutting Room Floor. Let's make that movie. Let's make a list of other characters we want to see appear.
Yeah, stitch that.
I'm sure Star Wars has a ton of characters that were in or Marvel does that so much, like Hulk and the Hulkbuster or whatever that was there.
No, it was just Hulk. It was never even the Hulkbuster. It was just Hulk.
Okay, I thought there was a toy of him like smashing out of the Hulkbuster, so I always think it was like him in the Hulkbuster.
I think it was. I think they did two. I think they did Hulk in the main, but then I think they did Bruce Banner busting out as the Hulk in the Hulkbuster. Which
okay, yeah,
it's just kind of redundant.
But none of that happened.
No, that's a good idea though. This should be. There should be something.
Let's make that happen. Another interesting thing from this episode, actually the episode prior, Kumail Nanjiani from Silicon Valley, The Eternals, seems to be a new favorite with Disney. He was in this episode, the past episode, as a faux Jedi, again, like a sort of like a
scam artist.
Not so great guy, is a scam artist pretending to be a Jedi, but like a hooker with a heart of gold, because he was actually helping these like the down on their luck mother and son get where they're going. He helped Obi-Wan get where he was going, so that character is sort of interesting. He had a stunt double for that episode, because I guess there was a shot where he is like thrown backwards into a wall, so they didn't want to. So his stunt double is played by the actor Brennan Mejia, who is the red Dino Charge Ranger from Power Rangers Dino Charge. So it's sort of interesting, that career trajectory. Face actor, big series for kids series.
Right.
And then you're a stunt double. I didn't realize that you would do that you would accept roles as a stunt double once your face is out there. That's just sort of interesting to me.
It is interesting. I mean, you imagine that Power Ranger role is very physical, so.
Oh yeah, I mean,
doing your own stunts.
They do a lot of their own stunts. So like maybe that is just. I mean, and you want to get a foot in with Disney,
right?
I that's probably not a bad move. It's just interesting. I've never heard of anyone being like a lead in a series and then being a stunt double. It's just it's interesting. I don't know.
It is interesting,
but good for him. Get that work.
Get that Disney money.
We were trying to figure out where this Black Series Obi-Wan with the blue shirt came from. And
right.
Is this just the first, when we first meet Obi-Wan, this is just what he's wearing when he's packing that meat?
When he's the meat packer on that space whale that just kind of shows up that has limitless meat. Limitless meat is what that thing's
he's
got
just
going
there
on.
Every day. They just keep coming back and packing that meat.
What is going on with that thing?
It's an interesting, like, how they sort of create this lore. So like there's clearly this group that will just find these animals that are dead. It's like they're like vultures. They find the dead, they set up shop, they cut cubes of meat out of him until he's nothing.
And then they underpay you. They underpay you even if you have a family.
So those droids, we got to mention the droid. We were introduced to a droid, the droid who cannot communicate, but was gonna kill those guys with an axe.
Communicate with his bare hands. Droid.
Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't talk.
He was gonna chop them up. He was ready.
He's got other means of communication.
Mm-hmm. Actions speak louder than words. He reminded me a lot of, in that Itchy and Scratchy world or whatever, the theme park of Itchy and Scratchy, when all the robots go haywire and they start having axes and chasing people. That's what it sort of seemed like. He was just gonna take his frustrations out on those guys.
Did you see who he was voiced by chance?
Did he have a voice? Did he make sounds?
I saw this earlier and I don't know the legitimacy of it. Kevin Smith.
Maybe he did the beeps and boops, or if he made any sort of funny sounds. Yeah. Kevin Smith always worming his way into some project, some way or other. I still remember him saying, "Oh, I saw episode 1 and it was so good. It's going to change your life."
Oh, yes.
No, he just wanted to keep being invited back to set, I think. You mentioned that this droid is gonna have his own toy,
right?
But not a Black Series, not a like a retro, or I guess it is. It's not.
Yeah, not
like
vintage collection or Black Series, but it will be the retro retro collection figure
that are new figures made to look like the old 70s Kenner figures.
Correct.
Which is just fine. I don't know.
I love into those. I love them.
Yeah,
I love them more than
you have.
I think a lot
you have
of
a
people.
much you have a greater connection to that original line.
I do.
You were gifted them. Those were your first your first Star Wars.
Right.
I like picked up. I think I bought some from you. I have like a few of them. They're
Yeah.
all, like the worst versions you had. You sold them to me, but I did pick up the retro, like the first 6 figures that the Disney store online was selling.
Right, in the box.
Yeah, so they're like carded, but they come in the box that looks like the early bird set.
Right.
So did you end up getting that? Because I was telling you about it and you didn't seem like you were gonna get it.
I picked them up once I found out that they were unpunched. Not that makes.
Oh, are they? Is that confirmed?
It is confirmed.
Ah,
it is
okay.
confirmed.
See, yeah, that's better. That's
Yes.
nice. That's nice. Because like, good luck ever finding that of the
Right.
originals. Like,
Right.
Yeah. So you're gonna take them out of the box and display them. You're gonna get like those clamshells you put over the cards.
I think I'll
and,
just
hang them up.
No, I think I'm just gonna get it graded right away. I'm gonna send the full box.
Are you really?
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna spend like $600 just to get it graded.
Yeah.
Like someday.
Grading is such a scam.
It
My
is.
God.
I mean, that's one of the biggest
Oh
scams
my
of the
God.
last 2 years.
Yeah, especially since the pandemic, people
Right.
are going crazy with cards, especially
Cards,
People
video
just- and they-
video games.
video games. Yeah,
saw
the
something-
boxes for that.
I saw something recently, not to get sidetracked, it was a copy of Metroid for Nintendo, and you could buy into the share of the game.
a share of it. Wow.
Yes, so kind of like a timeshare situation.
Hilarious.
I know. So
Right.
like, if the valuation of it ever went up and they went to sell it, you
Maybe a
would
portion.
reap the rewards from your initial investment. But yeah, you buy a portion of it.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Well, there was a story out. There's a lawsuit now claiming that the company doing a lot of this, the grading for cards, delayed returning the graded cards so that their family members could sell their graded cards first, like their versions of the cards.
Oh, okay.
So like there was an agreed upon return time for the graded material, but they received so much during the pandemic that everything got delayed. But this lawsuit is claiming that it was an artificial delay. They could have had them out sooner, but they kept them so that people they knew could sell them, and there would be fewer on the market, so that those would sell for more. So that's not great.
No,
Already sort of
it's
a
not great at all.
scammy business.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know how that's gonna play out, but not something. I mean, obviously you can just look at eBay and graded cards do sell for more than non-graded cards.
Right.
But it only seems worth it if you have like very rare cards, and that cards that are in pristine condition. Like if you get it graded and it comes back a 2, you've definitely wasted your money.
Oh, sure.
So only in those specific situations is it worth it.
Yeah.
But do they even? I'm sure there's somebody willing to take money to grade action figures, but how do you even do it? You grade on the carding, you grade on like the paint on the actual toy, and
Right.
now with the plastic going away, it would just be grading the box. You don't even know if the toy's in there, and then it
That's
gets put
true.
in that acrylic case. You can't even check.
I can't get that out. I know, right? Oh, that would be funny.
So it's a scam.
It is a scam.
Just a scam. Speaking of Hasbro Pulse, which I think we were, they had a big sale this week.
Biggest sale that I've ever witnessed.
Biggest sale ever. So they were promoting this a few days in advance, and people were like, don't get your hopes up. Like it's not like this is a reveal. It's just a sale, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And then it happens, and it's 40% off a lot of stuff.
Yes.
So the deal is they had certain items that qualify for the 40% off, but you had to spend $75 in order to get the 40% off. Not a problem.
Very easy to do.
Definitely
very easy to do. On
a
Hasbro
lot
Pulse.
that I wanted. Yeah. If you held out on a lot of this Hasbro Pulse exclusive stuff, good for you, because you could pick it up during the sale, like a lot of it. We're talking Power Rangers. They had the Ninja Turtles Power Ranger team up sets.
Right.
They had that Pudgy Pig exclusive. They had the shiny Power Rangers that were exclusive
Yep,
to
the
Hasbro
translucent
Pulse.
glitter ones.
All of them. Yeah.
God.
There's metallic is what they're called officially.
Oh, okay.
all on there. Marvel Legends, they had the anniversary Marvel Legends, the Hulk, Iron Man, and Captain America. I picked up that cap. We already shipped, apparently.
Beautiful.
For Ghostbusters, we talked in a previous episode about those slimed
glow in the dark
not
ones.
Black Series, but whatever that's
Plasma
called.
series, yeah.
The Plasma Series, yeah. So those were like $27, $26 or whatever.
Right.
And I was like, I want these. I think like they're gonna be one of those items that people don't collect, and then they end up being worth a lot.
Yeah.
They were included, so I ended up getting all of those for $16 each. It was just
bad.
a fantastic day to spend money.
It
if
was.
You had it to spend. If you didn't have it to spend, it was torture because all of these things were just the biggest, like almost half off what you originally paid.
So I think at the OnStart, I think the total amount was about 468 unique items. And as it stands right now, 360 of the items remain.
Oh, wow.
Yes. I checked right before because there's still some stuff I'm on the fence about. You and I talked about the updated Rogue One figures. I was like, I don't know if I want to invest in those. $11 a piece. $11.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
You'll never find them cheaper. You'll never find them cheaper.
Never.
No. Even like on clearance at Target, they'll never be that cheap. They had like a lot of the high end stuff, like the Boba Fett helmet, Rey's lightsaber, which I think might have been like the second most expensive item on there. The most expensive item was that $500 Power Ranger 12-inch 6-pack.
Yes.
Which, if you paid full price for, probably not feeling too good about that today.
No.
Because, whew, that's the thing. It's a lot of these items have been up on the site for less than a year.
That's true.
A year.
I think
It sort of makes you just wanna
Doctor
wait
Strange
on everything.
The most recent Doctor Strange wave is included in the sale.
Yeah, well,
And
those are
the-
going to be on sale everywhere.
And the
so.
Eternals, they were on there.
The Eternals, yeah.
Yes, eternally on sale.
If you couldn't find them on clearance, now you get them at least 40% off. But so you're saying that a lot of it hasn't sold out? I wonder if they just have so much product or people just aren't buying it? I don't know.
That's a
I
good
saw a lot of
question.
people saying they spent a lot of money.
I know. I spent a lot of money.
I feel like it's not like I double dipped on anything. I bought stuff that I was waiting on, like those Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I was waiting.
also
I got stuff I was waiting on.
Power
Stuff I
Ranger
couldn't
cogs.
find. Oh, you got the cogs. That's good. A lot of Power Rangers stuff.
Yeah.
I was surprised at the amount of Power Ranger
Power Ranger
stuff
stuff.
that was available. Not a lot of
Yeah, it makes
GI
you a
Joe.
little-
Not a lot of GI Joe. Only
No,
like,
not a lot of G.I. Joe. Like
I'll
Snake
take that
Eyes
back.
two-pack.
Snake Eyes. The Snake Eyes movie items are all still available.
Well, come on.
Right, but like classified, only like Zartan and Cobra Commander.
Yeah.
But overall, yeah, even those Mego, the Mego 2-pack is up there.
Yep, that was on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not selling well, I guess. The little core Transformers, like I have this Optimus right here.
Right.
They're included.
Yeah, I'm
$12 originally. So
I'm on the fence
40%
with
off
those
that.
because I do like that Soundwave a lot. So, are they?
He's great.
Are
yeah,
they fun?
definitely. They're great. I love. Those are my favorite Transformers
Are
because
they fun
look
to
good.
they fun to fidget with and everything? Because they're like $5.
They have really good articulation.
Do they?
For the
Okay.
scale.
Okay.
I feel like they're easier to play with than larger figures because larger figures have like all these little flaps that keep falling off.
Sure.
These are simplified simplified transformations, so they don't
Okay.
have all that hanging off of them. You can get the Boba Fett from Tython,
Right,
where he was in his robes.
The wandering Boba Fett. Yes,
all of
that's
this
on
stuff
there.
is on
I
there.
know stuff that was hard to get.
Hulk did
Stuff that
sell
I never
out.
saw in retail. Didn't see any of that.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, I never saw this on retail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the Jurassic Park Transformers 2-pack is on there. Oh, no,
That's
it's sold
on
out
there?
now. But it was on there. It was on there.
The Mandalorian's Nerf Blaster is on there.
Yes, that is on there.
That is on there.
That makes me question these Nerf things. I bought the Alien set, which
Right.
had a window, so it's closed. So it says it's sold out, but it just they stopped accepting pre-orders.
Yeah.
I think I still want it.
Of course you do.
Cool.
Of course you do.
I do want it. I'm gonna let that one ride probably. all the Fortnite stuff. Fortnite is an interesting story. I don't know that it's doing well in stores. They haven't announced the next series, but people have seen photos, so it's like, what are you waiting on? Like, what's happening here? It's weird because with Fortnite, Jazzwares was doing the 2 different scales, and then Hasbro was like, oh no, we'll do the 6-inch.
Yeah.
But there was so much Jazzwares 6-inch, and a lot of it was already going to Ross and stuff.
Right.
So it's not like it was selling gangbusters, but Hasbro was like, no, we'll do it. And Hasbro already had experience with a game. I don't remember what it was called, but they did like those Black Series-esque figures for that line that ended up at Five Below.
Overwatch.
Do you remember those?
Overwatch,
yeah.
Yes.
So I feel like Hasbro's not having the best luck with their video game lines. Everything okay?
Everything's fine.
Everything's house is falling apart.
Very, very responsive audio to hear that. Yeah.
Yeah. We're using a different. We usually record on Zencaster. We've done that for 137 weeks, but we're having some trouble with it this week. So now we're on Riverside.fm using our free hour. Before we have to. That's the best thing about Zencaster. It's totally free.
We're gonna figure this out.
We have to pay. It's fine. Yeah, so I'm just scrolling through, seeing what else is in here. It's still you can get a lot of these Power Ranger Ninja Turtle sets. The Shredder is sold out, but the other ones are still there.
Gone? That's too bad.
All of the Ghostbusters from the Plasma series are still there, even the original, or not the original, but the from Afterlife, like the old men and the kids. Those disappeared pretty quick from stores, so I don't know. You might, if you like them, if you want one in box, you might want to take advantage of this. Because
sure.
I feel like in the future those could end up being worth a little bit more. So lots of stuff. By the time you hear this, the sale will be over. So
right.
I hope you indulged if you wanted to. But
all those the retro Spider-Man set was on there, including the symbiote Spider-Man, and I think a lot of those are still available as well. Mm-hmm. They have the movie version of J. Jonah Jameson from Far From Home. I'm gonna pick him up probably before night ends, just to get the J.K. Simmons head.
Yeah, I do like that
suit.
figure.
It's got a suit, you know.
I love the suit figures.
Yeah.
I see him at Walmart on clearance. I keep waiting for it to.
Oh, really?
Get down to
I've
$10.
never seen him. I've got it's still dry as a bone up here.
Also, I think Amazon has them on sale for something.
No,
but at this, I mean, like now with sales like this, it's like I really want to wait. It's like
that's
true. I don't feel like. I mean, it's not like I'm going to open them and put them in my display the second. So
I'm just wondering.
Wait, why not wait?
I'm wondering if this is just what people want to do from now on is just wait.
Well, that's the danger of a sale like that, because people might start thinking like, well, this con exclusive seems overpriced.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't need it the second. I can
right.
wait. Like what's his name? The MODOK. Both of the MODOK sets are on there.
Oh, sure.
The 2-pack, the $73 one is part of this, which I like. That is a really fun set.
Yeah.
Even at 40% off, I probably don't want that.
I think it even has previous years PulseCon items, like the Charles Xavier and Wolverine set, the Logan set. That's up there. Right.
Yep, you can get that.
Yeah.
So a lot to look for. It was funny because when the sale first went live, you couldn't sort by the sale items. You had to just go through everything. So I was like feverishly going like I want to see Power Rangers first. Then it's like, oh, I want to see those Ghostbusters. Then I want to see like Marvel.
Wild.
But hopefully those ship soon.
I think I bought
stuff.
I think I bought like 16 things, if not more.
I bet a lot of resellers bought stuff too, because
I can imagine.
You gotta think that these figures will be able to be sold for their original price like down the line.
That's true.
You're making 40%. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the future.
Yes.
While we're talking about Ghostbusters, I want to mention very quickly that some enterprising individual company is selling a paranormal shirt. The company is Magnoli Clothiers, and they're selling a paranormal shirt, which is just a black long sleeve undershirt, which is supposed to mimic what they wore under their.
Is it a thermal too? I mean, I wore a thermal for most of my time doing it.
It does. Is it accurate that it's long sleeve? Is that what you think they looked like?
Yeah, I think it was accurate that it was long sleeved, just because of when.
So this
they were
is
filming
not.
This is nothing.
Well, it's not. So it's not official merchandise. It's not sponsored.
Right.
It's not a Ghostbusters item. That's why it's paranormal. But in their photos, they have like somebody wearing the jumpsuit, and then they show the black sticking out.
That's so
it's
funny.
Just very funny to me.
Oh my god, is that funny?
I wonder how the comments on the Instagram posts wherever I saw it were not very complimentary.
No,
They're
of
like,
course
this is
not.
ridiculous.
It is.
But it'll be interesting to see. I mean, good on them for trying. Like, if they just had some extra black shirts laying around, they're like, wait, what if we say maybe the packaging will be fun?
It's like go as far as like the socks. I mean, you have to. I don't even know.
It's also expensive, $65.
That's too much for a black shirt.
Yeah.
Oh,
it seems like a lot.
That
seems like a lot.
Yeah.
But there's a sucker born every day.
That's true.
When's your birthday?
Oh,
but you know what's funny? I hadn't gone to their site before. They do sell like cosplay stuff. Like you can get the Ghostbuster jumpsuit from them. So this is just like another item they've added.
I see.
Complete the look. Like I'm looking at it now. They have very nice things here. They have like leather jackets from Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like they all have like, their like fake name. There's Solo suede jacket, like Han Solo,
Right.
So it looks like very nice stuff. It's just interesting. They're seeing how far people are willing to spend to be as accurate as they can.
It's the one-stop shop for all of your Ghostbuster clothing.
Oh, it's from New Zealand too. So maybe they work with what's the company that does like the Lord of the Rings company?
Weta?
Does all the Weta, that they're always down there. That's where they're based out of. Let's see. NECA put up their con exclusives for pre-order this week, including that Ninja Turtles pre-mutation 4-pack. Did you grab any? Did you intend to grab any?
I dipped into it. I'm not gonna lie.
You got it. What'd you get? What'd you pick up?
I got the the premonition to mutation or whatever the permeation to, I don't even know how to what. It did not roll off the tongue. It doesn't. So I grabbed that. I got the Thing figure. I think that's just a lot of fun.
With the head exploding look.
I do like, because that's gonna come with like the light when you open it. It's gonna obviously light up. So I like boxes and packages that integrate some kind of
that was clever,
like battery operated. I know the Predator 2 figure that came out either last year or the year before. You could, when you open the box, it had like a light effect.
Yeah.
That Mattel Creations Scare Glow had the same, like a black light in it, so it would glow. I like that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I picked that up, and then I picked up the Greta.
Oh, there you go.
I went nuts.
You got a lot.
I went
stuff.
nuts.
Yeah,
I went crazy.
You went nuts. When do we expect these? I mean, this is for the con, so they should be in hand at the con.
They are,
so
as far as I know, they're shipping
soon.
After the con. Yes.
That's fine, but still, it's not gonna be like a year wait like everything.
No, not like my loot crates.
Wow, that's a whole other.
Yes.
We can't. From NECA's point of view, they're not. We're just. We're gonna let's explain this as if we work for NECA. Loot Crate and NECA are two separate companies.
Yeah.
NECA, they fulfilled their end of the obligation. They made the toys. They delivered them to Loot Crate. Loot Crate is just sitting on them, waiting for who knows what.
Right.
So
that's fine.
But there are still people were getting their Mousers this week. So stuff is finally starting to roll in faster.
The Mousers shipped for me. They shipped, so they're en route.
How many did you get? How many did you order?
2, just in case you wanted one.
Oh, that's nice of you.
But if not, I'll just hold on to them.
Yeah.
There's people like pictures like I ordered 8, and it's like, what's wrong with you?
People, I mean, that's definitely an army builder figure, the Mouser.
It is.
A million of those running around.
God, I'd get tired of that.
They looked a little puny to me, even if that was like accurate to the cartoon. I always think of the Playmates figure, and it was larger,
as large as Splinter
feature,
right?
Was it that big? It was as big as that figure.
Large. Yes. Wow. Very easy process though, pre-ordering these. I mean, I was in and out in like two minutes maybe.
They did sell out the first day. They lasted an hour or so.
No, they lasted. They took them all down. They lasted because I think they only put them up for a half hour.
Oh, so you had a half hour.
There was something
pulled
odd.
Them down?
There was something odd about the sale because I went in right away, right at 12 o'clock, and then at 12:28. They were still available because you're always like, oh, I wonder how easy it is to get in here. You always have to go back. You might not intend to purchase anything again, but you always want to see like how difficult it is for the guy that was like, waiting there forever and being like, I already got mine, buddy. But 12:30 rolls around and the site updates and there's nothing available to purchase on the site at all. And so I'm digging around on Facebook on some of the sites there, on Instagram and everything, and they're like, they just removed everything right away. I wonder if they're going to cancel all the orders, like there was an error or something. But so far nothing like that. But they were only up for a half hour and then they were all taken down.
Taking them down. Okay. Well, I hope if you wanted it, you got yours. Or I always think like, if you're going to the convention, the last thing I want to do is wait in line to buy a toy that I could have bought online.
Well, I'm wondering,
you have to tote it around.
I'm wondering
if
on
a plane fly back
of course,
with it.
Everything. Worry about it getting damaged. I wonder if NECA's like looking at it and saying, "Well, we can guarantee the sale through the online marketplace, and then just split the difference and send the rest of it to the convention that they potentially might not sell through, or they might be holding on to a lot of these."
I don't know how they think about it, because the whole idea of the convention was to drive traffic to your area, so that people wanted people wanted this, but then they see that, maybe they want that. It's like an impulse thing. It's like, I'm here, might as well buy it. I don't think they ever have, like with the turtle stuff, I don't think they're afraid of it not selling out, the con stuff. But with some of the stuff, I do wonder the thought process that goes into it. I also wonder, I mean, it's clearly not the case, but I did wonder if something was made as an exclusive for San Diego Comic-Con, is it part of the contract that says it can't be sold anywhere else? I think Hasbro had a problem with that because they weren't able to sell their extra, the Power Ranger versus Zeo set that they had. They just ended up keeping those and giving them to people when they complained about a damaged figure. Oh. They weren't able to sell them. So I do wonder if there's something to that. I mean, obviously NECA is doing it. I mean, this is post-pandemic. Maybe the deals are like, please just come to the convention. You can do whatever you want.
Oh, sure.
Maybe things have changed.
Well, I know none of these are going to Target. That's for sure. That is confirmed.
Yeah. Well, we're still waiting for those Tokan Razar cartoon figures to show up at Target.
Sure.
Oh, I went to a different Target that I usually go to this weekend, and they had, I sent you the picture, they had the signature edition Gizmo, and he had that lock on him so that people couldn't walk out the door with him. Right. But they also had Robot, Rocksteady, and Bebop, and then they had, I think they had Vernon and the Rat King, more NECA stuff than I had seen in a long time. Yeah. So I don't know if the store is just sort of off the beaten path for collectors or what the deal is, but I was like, oh, that's sort of cool to see that stuff.
Mine's pretty much stacked. It is quite full, but it's only full with like horror and no turtles whatsoever.
No turtles. No. Speaking of horror and turtles, we finally got our first clear look at the Universal Monsters Ninja Turtles team up for Splinter, who we guessed correctly. He is Van Helsing. Yes. We did not guess that he would not be wearing pants. Oh, with his scrawny little rat legs.
It's just, this is like, it's just like right away, I just get this vision of like an elderly man in a Johnny at like the hospital. and
Right.
and that's what it looks
Right.
like. It's like, give the guy some
Yeah.
pants. It doesn't
Give
work.
him some damn pants.
It
No,
doesn't. If it's
very
above
odd.
the knee, it doesn't work.
Don't-
It's got to be below the knee, and then it makes
Yeah.
sense. It's really odd. It's
way
a
too
really
much rat
odd
body
choice.
showing.
It's just like, here's Splinter. He found some guy's trench coat. He's gonna put it on, but here are his scrawny little rat legs.
It looks like Chip when he's dressed as Indiana Jones for Rescue Rangers. He's just got the jacket and the hat. That's
Yeah.
all he's got going on. It's so odd.
Very odd choice.
So this line is bonkers. It's bonkers. I think that if that Michelangelo figure as the mummy didn't blow me away, I would have been able to stay away entirely.
Oh, sure.
Because
I'm not that
figure made me want to collect them.
I'm not
which
that
made me
impressed
go
with
get
the Hunchback.
Raphael.
Yeah, I'm not impressed with the Hunchback whatsoever.
I'm not super impressed with Leonardo as Hunchback. I agree. So that's what I'm saying. I think I would have been able to hold off on all of them if I didn't just love that Michelangelo. So that made me go back and get Raphael. I feel like I'm gonna have two of them. I might as well have at least the four turtles. So I'm gonna get Leonardo. I'm gonna get Michelangelo. We still haven't seen Donatello completely.
No.
We know now that he's the Invisible Man. It seems like he's wearing a hat. Like, I mean, we know what the Invisible Man looked like in the original Turtles line, just wearing a suit and a jacket. Not super fun. They've been trying to be creative with these up to a point.
Right.
April, I know I just don't need that figure. It just does nothing for me. And now Splinter, I'm not loving it.
No.
Not loving it.
I think it's.
So we still have one to go. Two.
I think they said 8, so we're definitely gonna get Shredder.
You would think so. Shredder and Casey Jones, maybe.
Shredder, Casey Jones, or Shredder and a Foot Soldier. I don't know.
Yeah. You would think they would do the face characters that they have the license for.
True.
What if they throw a curveball and we get who's the guy from the second movie that they're the Kino? Is that his name?
Oh, Kino. Yeah, that would be.
What if they throw a curveball and throw him in there as like before they do the actual Kino figure?
That would be something. I just don't know.
Is there? He could be like Teen Wolf. He's still got the Letterman jacket on.
Oh, right. Yeah. I don't know. This definitely like you said. It's you just get the 4 turtles and you'd probably be all set.
I think so.
They'd look good enough together.
I mean, maybe Shredder will be cool. People are speculating that he'll be Dracula. I could see that.
Okay.
Who would Casey be? Is there anything they could? Is there a character that has like bats or something that he would hold in his hands?
Right.
Or like I guess it would be funny if they did bats like the other kind of bat and made him Dracula.
Oh, sure. Yes.
You get it?
I get that.
it's a play on words.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see. We're still waiting on Leo to actually be released. Somebody had him.
Someone has him.
He's not out there to the general public.
Got shaved before he arrived. Yeah.
He's got a little less beard. Is that what we're seeing in the photos?
Yeah.
Yeah. It looked. Maybe it's just that. Maybe that's not like an official figure that guy had. Maybe that was like
Maybe. It's the
sample
AliExpress
or something.
AliExpress figure.
Right. But well, I mean, if nothing else, the box art looks great on these. So if you're gonna display them in the box,
Right.
they'll look nice. Did you get a chance to finish Stranger Things?
I did.
Ah, very good.
Yes.
So,
Easy to do.
so when you watch this is not a problem for anyone else, but if you're watching a movie with my wife, you will know the filmography of every actor in the movie before the movie is done or the TV show is done.
Oh.
So you have the orderly character that is sort of befriended Eleven in the laboratory. This is a known actor. So my wife was like, "Oh, let me see who this is," or maybe it was that she recognized the voice of Vecna. Whatever it was, she put the 2 and 2 together through IMDb, and it's like, this is the same guy. It's the same guy playing both roles.
Oh.
she's like, I have to share this with you, and I was like, don't spoil it.
Oh,
she's like, I have to.
She ruined the twist.
It took away a little bit from it. So I knew
bad.
going into it that there was a connection between, but I didn't know that it was going to end up being the kid, because that timeline doesn't really seem to make sense. Like that was the 50s, and then the orderly is the age we see him in 79. So that doesn't seem like enough time has passed, or like too much time has passed for him to still look that young.
Well,
but maybe his
maybe
powers allow him to age slower. I don't know.
Oh, that's a good question. Well, it doesn't explain how old he is.
But if he was like 10 years old in the 50s,
right,
60, 70, 80, 30 years, he'd be 40. He definitely was not 40 as the orderly.
No. Okay, so say he was, yeah. Well, say he was even younger than 10.
Okay, let's say he was 0.
No, he
so
wasn't
he's 30.
0.
He was 5.
So the first
35.
So all those flashbacks take place in 83, so it's not like 86. So, the 60s and 70s.
I thought it was 79.
It was 79 when what?
When we are seeing the footage of 11 in the Institute.
I believe it might be 79, but she escapes in 83, and that's when they have their showdown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, if it's later, it's even worse because he would be even older.
Okay.
But anyway, I didn't really think about it. That's what made that more of a surprise, is because I thought the age I didn't connect those dots. So that was still a surprise. So, but I feel like this season was amazing. I just didn't love, like, this is where it was leading to. It's like, oh, this person from this world got turned in, he got blipped, like in the Marvel universe. He turned into dust, and then he got sucked into the upside down, and then he's just he got hit by all the lightning.
Yeah, he got rematerialized and legitimately turned into Freddy Krueger right there in front of us.
He got turned inside out, except his tattoo is still there.
Oh, sure.
So and then he's just hanging out, like, so he's not even connected to any of the other stuff from the upside down in the previous. Like, he's his own entity, causing havoc, running amok down there.
Seems like it.
Maybe it just seemed like I don't know if I wanted it. I don't know what I wanted. It just seemed a little too clean too. That like everything was connected. Like, I don't know. I love the season.
I've been spending so much time trying to figure out like the 11 stuff, because it's almost its own separate. Like 11's backstory is almost completely separate. It feels separate from all the upside down stuff. So it was good to see that connection.
Yeah,
as it were.
But it was. Watching it, I loved it. It was just getting to like the point where they had like the hour-long narrative of him Vecna explaining like what was going on. Yeah. And then Nancy's walking around so that we can sort of see it, like, in case we forgot. That was the other thing. They must think that the people watching this show are stupid, because they have to be so over the top obvious with every little thing. Yeah. When Nancy is trying to find the gun in her room and she's walking around and she's like finding thing after thing to show that time has stopped.
Yes.
Like, they finally had to get to the point where she finds a diary so the date stops. She's like, look, the date didn't continue.
Nothing's gone
like,
past
holds it up
this.
The camera, like, look, everyone, look, audience.
Yeah, right.
Like, yeah, we figured it out right away. With the first thing that you said hadn't changed, we figured that out right away.
Yes.
And then we didn't get to see Mike and them at all in the final episode.
No.
They're just off trying to get to Elle, I guess.
Such a back seat to the whole season.
Yeah. I didn't love the Russia stuff, but I did like the final episode of it. I thought that was good. I just didn't need as much of it leading up to that, I guess.
Right. They had, what's his name from, what was it? Game of Thrones. It took me a while to realize who he was.
Yeah. Game of Thrones people popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
I saw that lady in Obi-Wan, the one that from Game of Thrones was hanging out with the Mandalorian. So it's like they're all crossing over now. All the Game of Thrones people are showing up.
I have one thing to say about this Stranger Things. I really feel like, Disney Plus does it all right with the episodic one per week, lead it out like a typical TV show would have back in the day. I feel like, because we're not getting the last 2 episodes until July.
Right.
If Netflix just released these one by one, it would lead into July. It's just kind of the funniest thing to me.
Well, okay, I think we talked about this before, where they complained last time that everybody binged too quick, and then the buzz didn't carry on.
Right.
So I don't know why they decided to do it again.
No, it's true.
And then hold up. I guess maybe the difference was they did hold the last two, so people have to keep talking about it.
Well, here's
it's
what
not over yet.
Here's what I think it impacts the most, other than the viewer. The YouTube personalities who rely on like theories and everything like that have everything all at once put in front of them. They can't necessarily build their theories and build their channel. These people need to go and complain to Netflix and be like, your model is outdated. We need stuff to talk about. We can, organically grow the brand and keep it going.
Spread it out.
That's what they need to do.
Is HBO the one that does The Boys, or that's Prime?
That's Prime.
Do they do weekly, or do they like put up a couple episodes to start?
They put up 3 to start.
Okay.
And then it's one per
once a week after.
Yes.
That. Yeah, I don't know if I have a preference, because I liked binging it. I like to be able to watch it like one a day.
Okay.
I just think with the Stranger Thing it works better because it's like a movie. It's not really episodic like The Mandalorian was.
Yeah.
And Obi-Wan is not episodic either. It's like one story being told over all these things.
Right.
But I understand why they do it.
I just feel like if I watch one, I'm going to want to watch another one immediately afterwards. And that's where I found myself falling asleep and having to backtrack and say, oh, where did I lead off? Because I dozed off because these are so long.
I mean, every decision that's made about streaming is made by an algorithm. So the algorithm is saying do it this way, so they're doing it this way.
Yeah.
So we can have our complaints, but the computer likes it better this way. So go complain to your toaster and tell the algorithm. This is
argument with my ninja coffee maker.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what the toaster said about you useless coffee maker?
You don't even want to know.
Yeah.
Anything else for this big week?
No.
All right. Well, we didn't. So, cards on the table. We tried to record this last night, and we got it halfway through, and then we looked at it, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
So
we had amazing content too.
That's the thing. We didn't get into all of the modeled nodes, and we did like 20 minutes on the Jizz Band.
We did.
We only have my audio of it, so
yeah.
I'm gonna find a way to use it because there was no way to organically recreate that.
No, there isn't.
The moment.
No, it's so sad.
It wouldn't have sounded
even the stuff that we retreaded on earlier. It felt like didn't feel organic one bit.
No. So, well, I'll find a way to splice that up somehow, and
there we go.
Because it needs to exist. The internet needs to know about all this jizz in Star Wars.
Well, maybe we'll leave it off for when I get the bank. When the bank shows up, maybe we can do a whole thing on it.
There you go. Yeah, yes. We'll see. We'll put it in our premium content because all of the sites now allow you to offer premium content.
Oh, nice.
Money. All right, everybody. Well, you know what we say. We don't want to grow up, but we already did. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye.